Hello Lorenians! This is Lorie once again and welcome back to my channel. In today's grammar episode, you will be learning how to ask yes or no questions using do, does, and did, which is very confusing to some of our English learners. If you are one of the learners who are confused about these topics, stay tuned. We all know that it is common to use do, does, and did as auxiliary verbs or helping verbs together with another verb in its base form. This is also used to create negative sentences, questions, or adding emphasis. But in this video, we will only be focusing on how to use do, does, and did in question form. In making do, does, and did in question form, you have to remember this pattern. Do, does, and did plus the subject plus the main verb. So remember that talking about the main verb, it doesn't have a S form, not the past, and it shouldn't be ing. So now, let's take this sentence as an example. Some Filipinos go to church every Sunday. So how are we gonna ask using the do, does, and did? First, you have to identify the verb. So in this sentence, where is the verb? The verb is go. Second tip, ask yourself, is it in the present or is it in the past? So go is in the present. Am I right? So therefore, this sentence should use the present form. So each either do or does. Second question is, you have to check for the subject. So check the subject in the sentence. The subject is some Filipinos. Now let's try to identify the subject. Is it singular or is it plural? So by the way, when we say singular, it means only one. And when we say plural, it is two or more. So some Filipinos, therefore, is a plural subject. So therefore, we will start our question in this sentence to do. And try to go back to the structure. Do, subject, some Filipinos, and the main verb, which is no S, no ED, no ing. So do some Filipinos go to church every Sunday? Now, let's analyze this example. Kenji goes to church every Sunday. So let's go back to the tips on how to do it. First, identify the verb. So the verb in this sentence is goes. Am I correct? Next, ask yourself, is it in the past or is it in the present? So goes is surely in the present form. So which means we are only going to use do or does in this sentence again. Next, you have to check the main subject or the subject. So the subject is Kenji. No question. How many is the subject? So there is only one, which is Kenji. So therefore, we have to use does. So now let's try to do the question. Does subject, which is kenji, and plus the main verb. And take note of the main verb. It should be its basic form, which is no S, not ing, and not in the ed form. So, does Kenji go to church every Sunday? Now let's have our third example. Kenji went to church last Sunday. First, let's check for the main verb. The main verb is went. And again, you go back. Is it in the present or is it in the past? So for sure, went is a past form of the verb. So therefore, we only have to use did in this sentence. And the other thing is you do not need to check if the main subject is singular or plural, because we can use singular and plural for asking the question did. So in this sentence, we ask, did, then the main subject, right? So the main subject is Kenji. Did Kenji, and the verb will go back to its base form. So what is the base form of went? So the base form of went is go. So go, went, gone. And we have to use the base form because we use the did at the beginning. So the question should be, did Kenji go to church last Sunday? Now let's have the recap. In asking questions using do, does, and did, please follow this pattern. Do, does, and did, plus the subject, and plus the main verb. And take note of the main verb. It shouldn't be in S form, no ed, and not ing. We use do if the subject is plural, two or more. We use does if the subject is singular, which is only one, single. And we use did for both singular and plural subjects. So now, let's have these exercises. Did you get a perfect score? Well, if you got it, good job! So I hope you've learned something in this grammar episode, guys. See you again, and thank you so much for watching. Goodbye!